Welcome to another Sunday gaming therapy show where we're going to help you keep your addictions, you guys. For all you, yeah, Sunday. That might be it. There you go, Ashley. She's trying to
It
do
was a
something
joke.
interesting. Why not?
On.
So,
Okay.
yep. For those of you on the podcast, you're more than welcome to join us when we do these live shows Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Time on our YouTube, Facebook group, and well, I think Ashley's got to share it to the group.
Yeah, I'm doing them groups right now.
But anyways, you're more than welcome to join us. So it's been a fun weekend. Hopefully your guys' holiday was a good one. Well, hey Charles, if you're out and about having fun, thank you for stopping by to say hi, man. We appreciate it. Go have your fun and be safe and enjoy the day, man.
Just stay safe.
Yep, enjoy it. So we love our regulars, man. People like Charles, he's almost always the first one in, and yeah, that's very cool. Enjoy the day. This little episode, we are going to title what? Games that were turned into movies or movies that were spawned from games. So we're going to chit chat about the correlation between games.
Basically, yeah, games
movies
that got turned into either TV shows or movies. And then you got your other franchises and all that kind of stuff too.
So real quick, for those of you on the podcast that listen to this later, we're going to screen share our one of the charities we support, which is Food for Farmers. They are an organization that helps coffee farmers and their families. These people are already hardworking, and really just how corporate greed is. They do need some help with just maintaining living while they're working. So if you wouldn't mind checking them out, that's foodforfarmers.org. They are a good charity, and we support them wholeheartedly. Also, I'm going to share with you. Hey, Mini Warmut. Yeah, just a second, Mini Warmut. We are sharing the charity there, and then what else do I get? Okay, so we are gonna. Let me come back here. Pardon me. We're going to remind you guys that we do have a full-fledged coffee and tea shop at gamerswithcoffee.shop. So any kind of orders in the United States, the shipping is free. So it's fresh roasted coffee. It gets roasted when you order it, so it's not sitting around. And we got all sorts of tea. So if you want to check it out, we'd appreciate that too. And we do have a new page where if you guys feel like you would like to take polls or support us, we have a poll that expires in 1 day. At the bottom of this, right here, we're asking on video battle reports, what would you rather see? Because we would like your input. Only 5 people have voted so far. Kind of bummed out. I thought maybe we could get some more of you guys to check the poll.
Jump on the bandwagon.
But we're just looking for your,
opinions.
Your opinion. So the poll has: do you want to see a full recorded game or 30 minutes, 15 or 10? Right now, out of the 5 votes, it's 40%, or almost half, whatever that is, 15 minutes or less.
So it looks like it's 1, 1, 2, 1.
Yeah. So you can check this page out that we have, and it is our Gamers with Coffee at. It's kind of funny at Ko-fi.com. Basically, is what it is, and we'd appreciate it if you take a look at that. Hello, Telemachus. How are you? And Mini Warmut. Mini Warmut here is putting together a game for all of us. Maybe looking like October-ish, another couple months, and then unless something changes, right, Mini Warmut? Then we'll be doing 5 parsecs from home. And I'm fine with getting out of the house for a little bit. So 5 parsecs might be a little far, but I'm not opposed to traveling. And you are Doing well, it looks like, Telemachus. So that's cool. Groovy? What? What is your head bounce around for?
What?
What?
You ain't leaving the house?
Why? 5 parsecs isn't only far in the pretend field of gaming. So I am going to leave the house, damn it. So, Telemachus, I know you'll have something to say on this one. We're doing games that were turned into movies and movies that were spun off games, vice versa. That's our theme for today. Before we get into that, actually, I did finish up my one-page rules artillery cruise there, Mini Warm-Up, that I said to you guys I was working on last week. The crew members are done and the artillery pieces are done. So now I have 2 more sets that I can employ with my human defense force. So
We just need to go and get you a couple more of those. I think they're 50
I just-
millimeter, and just get them glued on.
I was thinking of putting all 3 of them on one big base.
Yeah,
but
and
we'll have
the
those.
artillery.
Yeah. So
And meet those.
my only option is or I just don't have nowhere to store them. I gotta get another storage container.
Mythos is taking his girls out shopping.
Woo! You gonna go shopping with the girls? Hey, Charles is going out and having fun too. So
Now,
you-
Mythos, no pretty dresses.
why? They're girls. Oh, you mean
Meant for him.
Oh. How else is he going to go undercover at his stores and places, you know?
All right, so I made a list of 44 different games that actually got put into either movies or TV shows. And they go back from, like, let's see, what is the lowest one? 1982, I believe.
So she's got a list of 40 plus different ones. Let's talk about the first one on your list.
So everyone knows Super Mario Brothers. That they just released a new movie back in 23. Yeah, it's an animated version.
Oh,
And then they got the live versions back in like early 2000s.
okay, so I didn't know. So 2023.
So does anyone know when the actually very first Super Mario Brothers video game came out?
Mythos says, I wear what I want. That's true. You do. You be you, Mythos. So what was your question, Ash?
When was the very first Super Mario Brothers release, video game wise?
That was a long time ago.
When do you think it was?
I don't know. I just know it's a long, long time ago, man. What's the date? Back in the 80s, right?
40 years.
That's got to be.
85 was the original
back,
Super
way
Mario
back.
Brothers.
I remember when Mario went to the Nintendo 64. And that was some of the coolest graphics at the time was to play that game
Okay.
on the. Go ahead.
Last of Us. That is a PS game.
Yeah, that's a PlayStation game.
2023 is when it got released for, I believe, a movie, or is that a TV show? One of the other. I didn't write down.
So look at this. I only remember Donkey Kong. Hey, Donkey Kong
Same
was.
concept.
I bet they did a movie off that too, or something.
Donkey Kong, I mean, yes and no. It was pixels where it had, asteroids and centipedes, Donkey Kong, all the old arcade games. So, I mean, I don't really count that one for say.
Some of those required more skill though than the newer gamers. No.
But when The Last of Us got released was actually 2013. So it took them 10 years to make a video out of it.
So The Last of Us, and while I don't have a PlayStation anymore, the last one I had was the original PlayStation. That was a game I got to play on someone else's PlayStation for a while. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool game, The Last of Us.
Next one is Sonic the Hedgehog. The first Sonic was released 2020, so 5 years ago. And they're working on number 4 right now, I believe.
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog's
movie?
Yep.
Oh. I didn't ever really watch
The
any of
original
those.
Sonic the Hedgehog got released in 91.
Yeah, Sega Genesis.
Yep.
Yep, I had a Sega Genesis, and sat and played forever playing Sonic. Yeah.
All right. If Mythos is still listening, here's one for him. Pokemon, the very first movie, was released in 1999. When was the first actual game release? And then there's a side question: which game was released first?
Pokemon.
Yep.
That is not my field. I did see the Pokemon movie though a couple years ago.
Detective Pikachu, yeah.
But Detective Pikachu, yeah. I remember I went thinking. I told Ashley, I was like,
This is gonna be stupid.
I hope this isn't going to be a dumb movie.
It was Ryan Reynolds.
Well, I just, was kind of concerned, but it actually turned out better than I thought. So, I seen that at the movies. I think,
19, I believe, is when it came out.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, 19. Because I believe Crystal and Keegan actually got us that to go on our an anniversary.
I don't remember. I just remember we went to go see it.
Poke World was before my time. The original Pokemon was released in 96. And it was Red and Green that were the first ones to be released. Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green. Resident Evil was first released on 2002. Wow! 2002.
2002. Guess that's the way of saying it, though.
So, and then all the Resident Evils, the very first one, which is when you're in the mansion, started back in 96 up on the PS.
Yeah. Time goes pretty quick, and then...
Oh, yeah, I remember. That's when I fell in love with them.
On a side note, Pogs were fun for a bit,
That's not a video game.
I know. I said side note. Side note.
Tomb Raider. The very first Tomb Raider got released to be a movie in 2001.
2001?
Yep. With Angelina Jolie.
Well, I remember the only reason people bought Tomb Raider in the beginning was because they liked Lara Croft's character. But it was also a completely different type of game at the time. So,
and that was released first time in game-wise in 96 on the PS again. Let's go. Let's see.
You got a big list there.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, the very first movie, was in 95. First released on video game, 93.
Yeah, it didn't take too long after they released the game for that movie to come out. I remember, but the movie wasn't too bad.
The original, no. I haven't seen any of the new ones. I think there's 2 new ones.
I'm talking about the very first one. As I've said before, I don't really do much TV or much movies anymore. It's kind of, I don't know. It's always...
We always have something.
Kind of regurgitating the same stuff.
Something that's dear to your heart, Halo. 22. And that looked like, from what I saw, looked like it was a live action.
I seen one Halo movie.
I mean, I know they have cartoons and all that. But when did Halo first get released, Ben?
I don't remember. I just remember I sat down and played it for 13 hours with Crystal.
About what year do you think?
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. But it's been out forever. 2001. Yeah. Yep. When it came out, it was really cool to play. Burger Time. That's a game. But
I know it's a game.
I don't. Well, wait a minute, because it'd be hard for him to make a movie on Burger Time unless it was just. I guess it could be like a cheesy fast food movie.
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Yep. 2016 is when they made that movie.
I didn't know they made a World of Warcraft movie. I guess
neither did I. It's just called Warcraft. First release date for the game was 1994.
Wow.
Next one, Uncharted. They made a movie in 2022. First
Off of
release
Uncharted? I mean,
Uncharted.
I remember the game.
In
coming out.
2007 was when the game got released.
Wow.
It's got one of the Wahlburgers brothers and the one who plays the new Spider-Man, the kid, Tom something. Final Fantasy actually made a animated movie, 2001. The very original, the first one they ever made was actually 1987 for GameWise.
Mythos just said that Warcraft is a great movie.
All right, we'll have to try to see if we can find it.
We'll have to see if we can dig it up and watch it then.
Assassin's Creed, which I didn't know they actually made a movie in 2016. First original Assassin's Creed was 2007. Hollands, yeah. The Witcher, 2019. That's a TV show. Haven't watched that yet. Keep hearing it's a good one.
The Witcher, a lot of people have said that was good.
Warcraft, good movie.
Minnie Warmuth says Warcraft was a good movie. One of his favorite actors got his start in that movie, Travis Fimmel.
All right, we'll have to try to find it.
We're going to have to try to watch it then. I literally didn't even know. I know because World of Warcraft is huge anyways. It's got its own huge group of gamers.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know that there was a movie. She's been, we were talking earlier.
A couple hours doing this back and forth.
Oh, okay. Ragnar from the Viking series. Gotcha.
The Witcher, the first time came out in 2012 was the original game. Mega Man got released.
Mega Man.
Yep,
Yeah.
Mega Man got a movie in 2024, which I never even heard of.
Last year?
Yeah, I never heard the release.
I've been too busy working. So I guess I didn't notice that Mega Man had a movie.
Yep. The original Mega Man, 1987.
Minnie Warmuth says World of Warcraft was his life since it came out. I used to have a life that I got married. That's when the Final Fantasy comes in. That's where your fantasy stop in real life. Oh, you're still here. I'm sorry. Anyways, Moonrunner server for Warcraft. All right.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Made a movie in 94. And their first release for the game
I lived in LA.
87.
I lived in LA. There's a lot of street fights. All those games. I mean, it's interesting just how many movies or shows or spin-offs from the games. It's just kind of.
D&D made a movie.
See, I didn't know. Did you guys know D&D made a movie? Well, maybe
2023.
Telemachus, Minnie Warmuth, or Mythos, but in 2023. What was the name of the
Honor Among Thieves.
Honor Among Thieves.
74 was actually when the first one was. Yep, Double Dragons also got put on the list. They made the movie in 94, and it was released. The game was released in 87. Silent Hill. The movie was made in 2006, and the game was released in 99.
So hold on a second. So Minnie Warmuth says D&D had a couple movies.
I just went off of the ones I found. I didn't know if there was more or not.
Since we're not D&D players, you know what I mean? We just didn't pay attention.
Oh, was there? I didn't know that. The only one I found was that one.
We'll have to look and see. We'll have to find the Warcraft movie, though. That sounds interesting.
Another one Greg liked.
Mythos said he liked it. He said Honor Among Thieves was brilliant. Oh, well, maybe we'll check that. I have to start scheduling time to try to watch shows or movies. I guess that would be my thing. Which one were you talking about now?
Doom.
Doom.
I think that was the first one The Rock appeared in 2005. Because he was a cocky. He was a little bit cocky. The original Doom was 93.
Yeah, I remember when Doom came out.
Baby girl.
Oh, is she okay?
You just hit your head, honey.
She walked into the table.
Come here. Just. Come here. You're okay. We're right here. You're all right. We're right here.
Telemachus said Dungeons and Dragons is a 2000 fantasy adventure film directed by Courtney Solomon, written by Carol Cartwright, Topper Lillian. I didn't know that. He said it stunk, though. Except Mito said he likes it. Well,
I think he was talking about the Doom movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Doom. Cyberpunk released the movie. Or a TV show.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I don't know.
Edge Runners is what it's called. 2022.
So it looks like Minnie Warmout did some Google research. Dungeons and Dragons 2000. Dungeons and Dragons Wrath of the Dragon God 2005. And then The Book of Vile Darkness 2012. So they've had a few movies. And see, I literally, honestly, didn't know they had any movies about him. About the game at all.
So they have a total of 4 then, if that's the case. So
No, they have 1, 2, yeah, 3,
yeah. This
4.
one was released just a couple years ago, 23. So, It didn't say Dungeons and Dragons 3 or 4 or whatever. It just said D&D. But yeah, Edge Runner was released in 22. Anyone know when the first Cyberpunk actually got released? And which one?
No. I just remember when Cyberpunk came out. Well, this last one that Clint was interested in, that was pretty much
2000 or whatever?
An adult game. Like, I mean, there was more in it than I think kids should have been.
Or 2020 or whatever it
subjected
was.
to, but yeah.
So the original one came out in 88, and it was Cyberpunk 2013.
That's what I'm saying. Well, Cyberpunk also has RPG and miniatures too. So I think the one is Cyberpunk Red is one of the books that I believe Clint has that one.
Then
So some of these are, I mean, obviously are RPGs. It's interesting to me.
It's all types of games. We got video games, you got RPGs, some my brain just went dead. Arcade. So next one is Monster Hunter 2020. That's actually one I haven't seen yet. I've played the game.
Monster Hunter 2020.
Yep, was in 2020 when
Never
it got
really
released.
got into that.
The only reason I want to watch it's the same character as Alice.
Yeah, as Alice.
So I want to see how she takes that one. Monster Hunter got released in 2004 was the original.
2004, huh? See, it doesn't seem like this stuff was
21 years ago.
Not long already. It's just like time to me is going real quick. Start talking about these games, and I start remember, things in your head when you were playing them and this and that. And it's like, wow, just a lot of time has already gone. You never did find out about Zelda. And Zelda was a kick butt game, man, when it came out.
Get down the line. All right, Twisted Metal. 23.
Twisted Metal.
That was last year or 2 years ago. The first Twisted Metal game came out in 95.
Yeah, but they made the movie 2 years ago, or it came out 2 years ago, roughly.
Yep.
We'll have to, like I said, I'm going to have to double check on some of this. She made this list, so I have to see World of Warcraft, and I just didn't know all these movies were out there. I mean,
Say my math's wrong.
No, I said I have to double check some of the stuff for myself to look at the movies because
I know some of them actually.
I just didn't. You've done the list on your own. That was something you did today. I wasn't sitting there with you when you did it, so I just didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Dungeons and Dragons doesn't surprise me because D&D has kind of always been there, and it's had a huge surge the last few years. Um, like we talked about before, because a lot of the
Wing
actors,
Commander? I didn't find that one.
a lot of the actors came forward playing it. What?
Wing Commander. Freddie Prinze Jr., Matthew Leonard.
She said she didn't find.
I did find
Wing
that
Commander
one.
there many more months.
But a lot of the ones that I did find are all newer games kind of thing. Or newer movies, I think is probably what it was. Let's see. Five Nights at Freddy's was released in 23. That's the one who the guy who plays Scooby-Doo. He's the main character. He's the bad guy. The original game was released in 2014.
2014.
Yep.
I'm sure there's tons more that we're not.
Oh, I guarantee it. This is just a start of the list. And I probably haven't even scratched the surface. This one I actually played as a kid on my PC. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Was actually a TV show in the early 90s, 91.
She's probably somewhere in San Diego. They're just looking on the map.
We already did Doom, Brian. The original...
She has that written down. Maybe more about Doom.
Yeah, we did Doom already. The original game came out in 85.
That's when all the high-end computer gamers loaded it up on DOS.
AOL. No kid nowadays knows the stress of that loading. Fallout just started their, I think it's season 2, I believe, or 3.
Prince of Persia was a good game too. He says he used to play that. What?
He needs to shut up.
Why do you sigh?
Because it's down my list.
Well, it's because you didn't find it.
I did find Prince of Persia.
Oh, okay. Well, what number is it?
37.
Oh.
We still got like 5 more in front of me.
So she's getting frustrated because he's bringing up what you already have written down. You're okay.
So the original Fallout was actually 97. Was when the original game came out. Then you got Rampage in 2018. The original game came out in 86.
Yeah.
Pac-Man actually had a TV show in the early 80s, 82. Release date was actually 79. Does anyone know what?
Minnie Wormont says he'll let you read your flawed list, Ashley.
Flawed. Anyone know what the actual game was meant to be named?
No.
Mr. Brian thinks he knows it all. Come on. What was Pac-Man's original name supposed to be?
I don't know. I do know. Well, she's waiting for people to answer.
No, I'm waiting for a certain person to answer.
Pac-Man had. We did a game review because Keegan bought that. We played a little board game Pac-Man. That was great.
Oh.
The Purple People Eater.
That was 90s still.
Mito says he enjoyed Wing Commander there.
I don't even know what Wing Commander was. That was one I actually did not find.
Well, your list is just populated by.
I think it was just more
general-
popular searches, probably what it was.
Yeah, it's going
Because
to
I
go
asked
off of,
Google.
Well, Google doesn't necessarily know everything.
Right.
So
actually, the original name it was supposed to be, Puck. Puckman.
Puckman?
Yep.
Oh man, that wouldn't have gone over. Miss Pac-Man. Yeah. Hello,
Hey,
Ice
Ice
Wolf.
Wolf.
How are you?
Alone in the Dark actually had a movie back in 2005.
Is that the one that was starring Minnie Wormuth that they banned from the internet?
No, that says Be Afraid of the Dark.
Oh.
Original game, 92. I think I played that. I can't remember. I'm going to butcher the name. It's Blood Rain, I believe.
What is it?
36.
Blood Rain.
Rain, yeah.
Oh wow. No.
I'll say that was an interesting little take on a vampire movie, 2002. 36. Game got released in.
Alone in the Dark is considered one of the worst movies of all time.
I
Well,
don't
it's good I
even
haven't seen it
remember watching
Blood
it.
Rain.
Prince of Persia, 2010 was when the TV show was released. It didn't do very good. It only got like 1 or 2 seasons. The game was released in 2009. Dead or Alive, 2007. Original game got released in 96.
Minnie Wormuth posted that Alone in the Dark only grossed $12 million.
No, yeah.
That's not very much in the movie world.
No, not in the early 2000s.
Oh, Christian Slater was in there. Minnie Wormuth says.
Which is surprised that that's all it made.
Yeah, I mean, if it's bad, it's bad. I mean, sometimes movies have a great name and you think they're going to be good, and you're like, what? What did I just pay for?
Hitman made a movie in 2007. First game release was actually 2000. Far Cry made a movie in 2008. First Far Cry game was 2004. Until Dawn. I don't know what game that one is, but that was released just as of this year, 2025. The original was released in produced in 2015, but they had a prototype that was released back in 2008.
Ice Wolf said that she said Prince of Persia. Yes.
Yes.
And Mythos there says he liked Prince of Persia with Jake. I can't pronounce that last name. Hey, hell, child, how are you? He said B movies aren't all bad.
No, not always.
That's true. Not all of them are bad. It's kind of like, I kind of look at B movies as like cafeteria food. You can eat it, it's okay. And some of them were all right for the price. Not all. I mean, but then again, I've seen movies like Hell Comes to Frogtown, which, and then They Live. Things like that, too.
Borderlands 2024.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. I heard it was actually really good and they got the characters right on. I think I've only played one Borderlands, and that was with my brother. The original Borderlands came out in 2009. Minecraft movie released this year. Original started in 2011. Wow, we were playing it for that long.
El Child says Old Guard on Netflix is good. I'll have to check that out. Have any of you guys seen the new Minecraft movie? I mean,
if you have children, supposedly.
Keegan and Crystal did. They said it was hell of expensive to go with that many kids to the theaters, but You know, Minnie Warren says, Greg, they live. They really do. They really do. Just that movie was so point on with a lot of stuff. I think people just thought it was a joke, but they need to rewatch the movie these days.
All right. And then the one Greg was asking about, Legend of Zelda has not been released yet. They actually have a date of release on March 18th of 27. It is going to be a mixture between live action and AI, basically. So, from what little bit I saw and read, it looks like it's going to be Link and Zelda going into the modern world. So, they're going to be animated where everyone else is human.
That'll be interesting because
the original
Zelda series has fans.
86 was when the original game was released.
Yeah. Hellchild says basically Minecraft's good for a laugh. I haven't seen it, so I can't pass judgment. I just looked at some of the clips, like the trailers, and I'm like, Jack Black just so overly.
He's over.
It just looked really dumb acting, and so I'm like, I just the little bit of snips I see, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay to go see. So no. I'd have to see it if it's maybe.
Crystal and Kiki said they're gonna buy it when it comes out, and invite us over. So.
Well, we'll go watch it over there.
Basically, the same thing with Deadpool. We weren't gonna go and pay for that to go in. That was
Deadpool. I loved his sarcasm and humor, though. But Minecraft, I was just like. It just looked, it didn't look good.
So yeah, there are some that I'm actually. Oops, sorry, baby. Looking forward to actually maybe trying to find to watch. So, lay down, honey. You're okay. Lay down, good girl. He's had some good ones.
He was great in Nacho Libre. Many more says. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. He just. I'm saying, I guess the clips I saw were just dumb. They were just really bad acting, it looked like. And I was like, why?
They got some big names in it.
Yeah, but just because you have big names in a movie doesn't mean the movie is good. I mean, so like I said, I'm not passing judgment. Keegan's going to pick it up when it comes out, and I'll just wait.
Hellchild School Run.
And I'll go watch it over there. Yeah. So I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm just saying it looked like his acting was bad on the clips.
Jumanji wasn't too bad with Jack Black, but he also acted like the new Jumanjis.
The original Jumanji, I don't remember him being in that.
No, he wasn't. He's in the new retakes of them.
Oh,
where Jumanji is a video game, not a board game. The original one was Robin Williams. So basically, where Robin Williams comes out of the board game, the new one, the 4 kids get sucked into the video game.
That wasn't trying to. I'm sorry, Minnie Wormut. I mean, I'm not trying to diss Jack Black. I'm just saying, again, the clips I saw, the acting looked dumb. But that's how it is with some movies too. And so I'm not slamming the actor because he had good stuff. I just was kind of surprised when I seen the clips that it was like.
I didn't know Jack Black played in Goosebumps.
Yeah, I have not seen any of the Goosebumps.
Honestly, yeah, because he acted basically. His character was supposed to be a teenage girl, so he had to act like a teenage girl.
Telemachus says Jack Black's only there for the money. Probably. And Icewolf says he likes Jumanji. It taught me to be careful what kind of board games I buy.
I mean, the way 2020 was going with the pandemic, we didn't need no one opening something like that up.
Anymore much. Yeah, I'd be there for the paycheck too. Yeah, I mean, I would too. I'm sorry. Like I said, I didn't mean to offend anyone. It just, like I said, his skills didn't look to be.
Well, everyone has their own opinions on actors.
Yeah.
Whereas, I
was just talking
like
about
Adam Sandler, and you think he's just straight up stupid.
That particular movie is all I'm talking about.
Honestly, I don't think he's actually ever done a quote serious character.
Telemachus says he's a cheesy film actor. Yeah, it just looked really bad, the clips for Minecraft. So I just was like, nah, if they're gonna buy it and invite me over to watch it, that's cool. But I wasn't gonna go to the movies for that. What is with all the purple? What Chrome thingy? I've never seen this.
Yeah, I don't know. I noticed that up on Mythos's chat. It's a score points now,
Crown?
like XPs.
Yeah, I guess what it is
it's some kind of update.
Some kind of update now where they kind of like rate you on comments, I think. Taste is subjective. Well, Mythos said, yep. Again, I'm not knocking him as an actor. I just am specifically talking about the clips for Minecraft. Just that one movie. So yeah, and I'm sorry, Mythos, and many more. I didn't mean to offend you. One day I'll buy you a coffee, sir. And he's smashing his keyboard with all the mistypes. Yeah, in the chat, behind the chat name, Ice Wolf says they're showing up on YouTube as little crowns with numbers by them.
It just says XP. Honestly, I noticed that up on Mythos's chat.
You have XP now by your names.
So
it's probably going to be.
Yeah, I don't.
Somehow to keep people.
Top fans and XP. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges and live chats. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get the leaderboard?
Did you guys hear that?
XP. How to do it. Send live chat messages, send super chats, and super stickers. Is all it's saying.
So it's going to be every chat. It'll reset, so everybody has a chance to be the top commenter. That'll be a way to keep people engaged in any channel. Yeah, that's cool.
Corn boy.
What? Telemachus says actor in parentheses. Hey, now. Well, I am kind of corny, Mini Wormut, so it's okay. Oh, thanks, Hellchild. He says, do your best, Greg. I've heard worse, so you really got to go hard to offend me. Again, I wasn't trying to offend anybody. I just seen the clips and I was like, what the hell?
That's a unique little thing. I don't have a problem with it up.
No, I'd leave it on. That's kind of cool, I guess. It kind of lets you...
Do we have to say smart things?
No, if you don't have to say smart. If we had to say smart things, I'd have to turn my show off.
Yeah, because Brian would already be out of here.
Well, and I make goofy comments sometimes too. So we're not trying to provide an educational experience, just a fun experience. But I know now not to ever mention Jack Black's name again. It'd be quiet. Put my backstepping in on it. Yeah, Hell Child, I did. Like I told you before, I misunderstood what my financial advisor said, Hell Child. He said, put money in your 401k, and I'm damn sure he said 40K. So that's where a lot of money went instead of the retirement fund. Yeah, I said it. Now I am dealing with it. But I repeatedly said, I was just talking about the clips for the one movie. It just looked dumb. And that's all. That's it. That's just my opinion. I'll wait till I see the movie and then,
No, then he'll go and...
Yeah.
Oh, babe.
Yeah, I see.
That's new.
You. No, it's not new. Ice Wolf says, I found it strange. Wolf Brother, it's one. Could not be really smart things. Oh, my God.
Wow!
Many
He
more
just straight up slammed Mythos.
But Mythos is busy. He is
He's
out with
shopping with his
he's out with his
girls.
daughters, and he's doing his thing, and he's listening, so he can't really type all the time. Me Wormat says tissue. I need a tissue. Greg made fun of Jack Black. Sniff, sniff. I will get you. I will do one better. I will try to find you a waterproof keyboard and send it to you, so that anytime in the future tears fall like rain from whatever Greg says, then your keyboard will still be safe. I'd send you a package of Oreos in the mail, but man, they're just getting expensive. So
as long as you don't send some tissue and lotion.
Oh, what? Anyways, yeah, I don't now the next time some small package comes at Wormat's house, he's gonna be worried. Is that from Ashley?
No, just for Greg.
Yeah. What's it saying over there now? Oh, Ice Wolf's number 2.
Yep. Hilltrout's 3, and it was Mythos as 1.
I'm a bad man. Mama's right. I'm sorry. I don't try to be a bad person. I hope you all enjoyed every single movie that Jack Black's been in. He's a beautiful actor, and hopefully that you feel better about that many more months. There are some bad guys out there, Mini Wormat. It takes a lot of effort to try to be a bad person, so I just don't have that in me anymore. Although bad people don't pick on me, but there's a reason for that.
Oh my god. I just thought of a freaking...
Lots of video games to movies started off with a book, but who reads anymore? Ice Wolf says that's true.
That is very true.
You don't run across people saying I just read this book like you used to. And I don't know if they have the time. I mean, a lot of it is time. Everybody.
I used to read quite a bit, and then Greg got me into painting, so I blame it on him.
Well, that's fine. She doesn't read because I got her involved in miniatures. All right, Mini Wormat says he has to go potty, so you go potty, sir.
He must have his grandkid.
Hello, Mike. How are you, sir? Ah, there you go, Mini Wormat. You never have to leave any show as long as you got a good set of depends.
You better have a good wife to go and change those depends.
No, I can see Mini Wormat putting one on a stick and flinging it at people. That's just terrible.
Yeah, I can see Brian doing that.
Yeah. Did you make it through the show? Depends. Made it through the show. Yeah, I don't know. See what you wandered into, Mike? Meandering around.
He's always wandering in like the worst possible time.
Comes in to say hi, and there's talks about pee and depends.
You know what? Wag's not in here yet, so...
That's true. He's probably busy, though.
It's getting to about 5 o'clock. That's usually when he comes in sometimes. If he's not, like, lurking in the background just listening.
That's possible.
Lord of the Rings didn't have a game, did they?
So her list, Ice Wolf, was compiled just by Google searching earlier today. But like I said, Google is not necessarily correct on things. And it's not going to show everything. It's probably, I think when she's searching the movies, it's more going to be towards the ones that made more money. You know what I mean? Not necessarily whether you liked it a lot, but just which ones scored the most. Mike says his bladder is empty at the moment.
I guess there was.
How much do you want there? Ice Wolf says book, movie, video game, tabletop games. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of...
I mean, I knew book, but I'd say that actually did not pop up on my search. Huh. I say it looks like there is.
Well, it's hugely. I mean, Lord of the Rings.
More of a. It's what the hell is it? Lego. Is what it looks like it is.
Those are Lord of the Rings Lego.
Yeah, that one's a Lego.
But that's also there's video games.
For series, RPG, strategy.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to that one.
Oh yeah. Turn-based RPG, massive multiplayer. Okay. Yeah, that one actually I did not know. There's a couple of them that did not pop up whatsoever in my search.
Well, you covered, how many did you go through?
46. And then there's some that was never popped up that people popped in.
So there's just a lot to it.
Second season of The Ring of Power.
Yeah, Meandering Mike saying, speaking of Lord of the Rings related stuff, he just finished watching season 2 of Rings of Power. He's enjoying the series. I'm surprised so many people don't like it.
Charles, welcome back.
Hellchild says he owns 3 Lord of the Ring video games. Very cool.
Huh.
Hello, Charles. Welcome back. Yeah, it's popular. So
Honestly, I never knew any of them. I never got into like the Lego ones. I think it was the superhero ones when our boys were little. Is what they liked, but they were more Halo, Call of Duty, football. Wow.
Ice Wolf.
Wow.
Yeah, is that everything? Yeah, sometimes.
Brian's wiping off on him now.
Wiping or rubbing?
Either or.
What exactly are you drinking out of that there?
Tea?
What, like Long Island iced tea or what?
I wish.
I'm drinking tea.
No. No, it's just iced tea.
I can verify mine's coffee. So.
No, my tea was a little bit of vodka.
Iced tea. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is Sunday. So, Icewolf says that Meandering Mike, they're not the dwarfs I see when I see fantasy dwarfs. Oh, so they change it from the movies? Mythos says Shadow of Mordor is a really good Lord of the Rings game. And I believe here... I think also I want to look at. They had plenty of games, Ash, if you look it up. And box sets, Fellowship of the Ring and Battle of Doras. So there's quite a bit.
So the Rings of Power is basically 3 different rings. Is what it looks like. I'm just kind of looking at pictures. Is what it's showing.
Weird World War II jumped in and said he can't wait for programmable AI ladies. Count me in for 2 or 3. Well, they already sell robots like that. So I guess people are buying them in droves.
And from what it looks like is doors are all the same height as everyone else.
I don't know. You'd have to see the series. Icewolf says he's
or
Dutch.
Am I looking at elves?
And we're very direct and funny. Sarcasms. Oh, it's all good, man. Sarcasm kind of flows through this channel fairly easy sometimes. But in a good way, with a little bit of humor.
We'll have to watch this, man. It'd be an interesting take on Lord of the Rings.
Well, you just schedule times for me to sit down and watch all
Right.
these shows. The Rings of Power are the rings of the elves, the men, and the dwarves. World War II says. Ice Wolf wants one where he can mute the robot. Yep, the one ring to rule them all. Let's see. Weird World War II says the elf rings are the oldest, the most powerful. Meandering Mike says there are 3 elven rings, 7 rings for the dwarf lords, 9 rings for mortal men, and the one ring to rule them all. Yep.
Isn't that the gold one that basically is in all the actual regular Lord of the Rings? The gold one that they try to go and destroy?
The most powerful ring. Well, it was a good story. I mean, it's hugely popular. So I don't know about the seasons and whatnot, man. But see, there you go. I mean, that's quite a few right there that you found today, and there's more and more.
Oh, I guarantee there's more. I didn't
that,
know about the Lord of the Ring one.
Well, yeah, but that just makes sense because they do the miniatures too. If you go in the hobby shop. Should ask Benny Worman. I bet you he has a whole bunch of them. Except he went to the bathroom, so we gotta wait for him to come back.
Because he had go pop potty.
Well, what do? You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go, right? So all that list that you came up with, that was a pretty good list, pretty long list actually, and then more to it. Whole Child says the one ring just went through his house with 2 midgets and thrown in his barbecue. Yeah, hopefully you've had a chance to get some barbecuing in. We tried, but we're getting rained out. Yeah, Sauron's ring. That's supposed to be
Honestly,
the one.
I never really did. I think I watched bits and pieces of the first Lord of the Rings. It just never really sparked my interest.
It's because it wasn't anime.
At that point, it probably at that time, it probably wasn't. I think I watched bits and pieces of it because of Orlando Bloom was in it. I think it was the only reason I watched the first one.
Yeah, Meandering Mike's right. He says there's so many different kinds of Lord of the Rings games, card games.
Risk has almost everything, just like Monopoly. You can't go and count those two.
So Ice Wolf said Lord of the Ring miniatures are from Games Workshop. There's tons of them. Weird World War II says the big bad at that time. He wants to see the battles against Morgoth. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. That'd be epic stuff. Charles says immigration up ahead. Oh, you're in California, so like you head to a stop point, I guess.
You must be going to the casino again.
Yeah. Iceland says he loved Lord of the Rings, the extra long ones. He sees more than 2 times a year. Yes, we were talking about Lord of the Rings, Mini Wormut. Ashley was unaware of just how expansive the franchise is, so the others are kind of filling her in. What? She's just smiling. That is correct, Mini Wormut. I think that's because Charles is traveling out there in California, so he's just kind of running across things that we're not. So he's just kind of letting us know. Well, yeah, there's quite a few of there's just so much out there. That's what I've said all along. There's so much. It's almost overkill, really, to try to find the time to get into everything you'd like to get into. Um,
Huh.
Ice Wolf says, "Too bad Lord of the Ring minis are 20 millimeter, not 28."
But Ice, don't you have a 3D printer anyway? So you should be able to upsize them a little bit if you have the PDF. Upsize or downsize.
It'd be kind of cool to get a scanner, but a scanner where you can scan stuff. But
Yeah, no, that's the next thing.
Didn't you start doing the designing? You downloaded that one program because talk about the password. I can't remember. It's off the top of my head right now.
Oh, did you? Nerds Nerd was saying it. Quora or whatever.
So Mini Wormut like says the Hunt for Gollum will release in 2027, and Meandering Mike says there are 28 millimeter Lord of the Ring minis out there. And it's going to bring back original actors. Mini Wormut says Orlando Bloom, Ian McKellen, etc. Well, that'll be interesting. I mean, it's going to go over big. I'm sure they'll make their money off it. Oh, Ice Wolf says he knows when they were released the original models. Yep, and you do print everything it says. Ice Wolf. Oh, well, so I take it Mini Wormut's waiting for this movie to come out, too, because he says Andy, is that Serkis? Well, Securus? How do you pronounce that last name? Will be Gollum, so that would be cool.
Serkis? Just quit.
Well, either way, if it's a Lord of the Rings franchise, it's gonna make money. Weird World War II says Sumerian movie would be epic if done in Tolkien's actual writing and not for modern audiences. Yeah, they tend to change original movies to politically or whatever they want to do to them. Yeah, Ice Wolf says a 3D scanner works. It's just not as good as you design in 3D programs. You're going to pay a lot for a good scanner. We want to try to figure out do it ourselves, design it. Telemachus says Tripo 3D website will make a 3D model from a picture. You might have to clean it up though. Well, but see, if you were specifically wanting something done and you sent it off to have it done, then I could see where a service like that, people are going to pay for it because they don't want to go buy a printer and do all that themselves.
Well, if that's the case, then I just have to take a picture of, say, our dog's paw print and get it 3D printed. I will do that like no other. There's some cute little guys.
What are you looking at now?
This is that website Telemachus talked about.
Oh, she's looking at one of the websites you sent her or talked about, Telemachus. Mythos. Well, there you go. You have to wait and see when the movie comes out as to if they kind of held true or if they changed it up. Sometimes the changing up is not a bad thing either. I'm kind of like with Star Wars. I mean, they have some of the newer cool stuff, but I just kind of would like to see it stay more canon, I guess. But some of the newer stuff is interesting. And Weird World War II is agreeing with Mythos. You got that right. You just have to wait there. Weird
So
World War
for the
II and
free
see how it
version
works out. Free version of what?
of this, you get 300 credits.
But what are you talking about? Oh, that place?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's looking at that place now. That you sent. You talking about there, Telemachus? Many more months old. Mythos, what's wrong with crotchety old buzzards?
Why isn't that?
Oh, you need more tissue, Mythos, or Mini Warmite, because Mythos is saying things. Now everybody knows what to send Mini Warmite. Just send them a package of Kleenex. Mythos says nothing as long as you stay off the lawns. That's funny. Wait a minute. Mini Warmont does landscaping. He probably is on the lawns, Mythos, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. Speaking of lawns, after the rain and the humidity over this weekend, I see what's waiting for me Monday after office paperwork is a whole bunch of mowing. So that grass grew like somebody went out and, I don't know, fed it super fuel. But yeah, I don't know, man. What'd you find there? Oh, you're still at that place. So that'll be our next step in our 3D printing journey, is trying to design our own things.
All right, ready to go. Where to go?
Your keyboard's getting all messed up now, Mini Warmut, from the tears. Oh, it's all orangey from Cheetos. Okay. Now, Cheetos are addictive. You start eating them things, and then, all that orange cheese could be everywhere. Well, you could try to be all sophisticated and use the talk to text thing, but I don't have such good luck with that. It seems to try to change what it thinks it should be and not what I'm saying, so. But enjoy them, Mini Wormont. Cheetos, you're going to be in trouble if you like Cheetos and I don't know, what was I going to say? Cheetos, I've seen people crush them up and use them to bread things like, chicken breasts and deep fry them and make like breaded chicken tenderloins with crushed Cheetos. Mythos is all Cheetos dust, nature's pigment powder, great for rusty effects. And many more much is savoring the cheese flavor. That's what you got to do. Ice Wolf says, try to start designing with easy things like a tank. Organic and people is really hard to design. Yeah, we're going to just try to see if we can even figure some of that out. And Mini Warmont says, baked Cheetos for the win. And Cheetos are good. I have a problem with if I open a bag, it's kind of hard for me to stop snacking on them. But that's the way it is, though. So try not to eat too many of them, Mini Warm-Up, because then you can't type any responses, and you never know. You never know what Ashley will come up with over here. Although she's hard at work looking at all this stuff here. Speaking of Cheetos, does anybody else take chips like Doritos or something and crunch them up and put them in your sandwich? Like, say you have a turkey sandwich or something, or whatever your sandwich is made out of. Crunched up chips, put it in there, and I'll eat the sandwich that way too. Although I get weird looks sometimes if I'm at like a get together or something, and there's great crunching chips up, putting them on a sandwich. People are like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, eating chips with my sandwich. Hey, Charles, are you okay out there? We heard one statement from you, and then we haven't heard nothing else. Oh boy. Well, that was a pretty good, interesting discussion. I'm gonna have to go back and look for some of that, like World of Warcraft movie. Yeah, Telemachus, you crumble Doritos up, mix them into a burger, and grill them. Yeah, why not? I mean, I've done that with, and Doritos. They're so flammable. They're good too if you crush them up, and you can use them to start fires with. Trust me, they make a good fire starter.
Yeah, I would have to clean this up a lot.
Ice Wolf is saying Tinkercad. That's one I think you signed up for, Ashley.
Yeah.
That's the easiest online one. He designs
Actually,
it.
this one's pretty easy. Literally, you put the picture in or whatever you want, and it makes a 3D print.
Thank you, Mythos. He says crunched up chips are great in sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
I like eating a sandwich that way. There you go. Minnie Wormont says open up a bag of Fritos, pour in nacho cheese and chili, and shake, shake, shake. Yummy.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that would be good. That'd be like a different version of the walking tacos. It'd be like walking chili.
I mean, it'd be the same thing if you put, Fritos up in it, and then you put, instead of meat, you put the chili.
Yeah, man.
It is walking tacos. It just
But it'd be more like a chili. Well, Meandering Mike says he loves chili Fritos in a sandwich. Yep. Oh, yeah.
It depends on what it is.
Hello, Charles. We just wanted to make sure you were okay because you said you had a stop ahead of you, and then, boom, you disappeared. That's a good idea there, Minnie Warmont. I'll have to try that. I like Fritos. I like Fritos and bean dip, though. Like, I can sit and eat Fritos and bean dip quite a bit.
Yes, he can.
Or make my own bean dip, too, sometimes. Occasionally, I've done that. And the 3-year-old granddaughter loves Fritos also. What?
It was that try one that.
Yep. Hold on, Ice Wolf. It's the one that Telemachus was talking about. But I know she signed up for Tinkercad because I think that's the one where you got your account confirmation and all that stuff.
Yep.
So just have to try, dinging around with it.
Just a couple different ones that I'm gonna try to screw around with. I don't know, but the one that Telemachus said you have to have it can't be in like JPEGs and stuff like that. So I had to go and get the things, and there's a lot more. They want more of the PNGs, is what they want them as.
Well, I just got to figure out what you need to do. Oof, she okay?
Yeah, she hit the light.
Man, this poor dog being blind, she just walks into everything now.
No, she's laying right here behind my stuff.
So Minnie Wormont says he's going to make the 5 parsecs from home team videos after the show. Oh, nice. The 5 parsecs from home. Looks like it's going to be fun. Charles says he's got North Africa 41 set up, but he's feeling a tad lost. It's not the same of the previous 1941. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Charles, I don't know if you know or not, but I know I mentioned it. Anyways, that 1914 World War I X encounter game, I'm just kind of going back and forth with Nagawa because he knows a hell of a lot more on the 1914 stuff, right? And the game allows you to set your armies up however you wish, but I know I'm going to get a ton of flack if I do that. I just feel like I'll get jumped on immediately for not being historically accurate as to where I start them off at. So I'm kind of working with him. So when I do, well, it's set up on a different table now, but when I put the things down, then I know that they are going to be approximate. So hopefully people that
Accurate.
watch it don't tear into me. Although it's designed for you to put your troops where you want. I know that with historical gamers that doesn't really fly sometimes. Mini Worma says he might not be able to use the one trait he asked from us. He's going to see what he can do. You will all be starting from the ground floor week. Well, that's fine. That makes sense. Well, Mythos says it makes sense too. So that's fine, Mini Worma. Just start the game. However, I just think it's interesting that we're supposed to use our imagination, go have fun, and we got to start ourselves off working and in debt. So it's just like real life, but we got different names in a pretend universe. But we're still going to be in debt. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, if we die, we blame Mythos.
Meandering Mike says it's quite a beast and not the best World War game to start with. But see, Meandering Mike, I don't know a whole lot about that. I have a couple of hex encounter games that I enjoy. And this one, I just happened to see. I got it because it's a 1968 original copy in its original box. And I thought it'd be fun. But I think it's cool it was set up at the time for you to mail your moves back and forth to your friend. And so you can do that with that. And there's tons of sheets in there it come with. So I just thought it was pretty cool. But it does give you the option to place your
Now,
troops.
what did we tell you about calling Greg a hoe?
What? Oh.
Oh, he's talking about Mutt. Okay, never mind.
Oh, now you turned that one too. Wow, Walkabout. She turned your stuff all around on you. Yeah, Meandering Mike, though I'm not too worried about the gameplay on it as much as, like I said, when I put it down, I know there's going to be people that are going to just be on me about that. That's not where these people belong. And it's not supposed to be that way anyways. It's supposed to be you playing against your friend. So, yeah. Have you played it then, Mike? It sounds like. And hello, Walkabout.
I just couldn't resist.
Yeah, it's because you said, hey ho, and she says, don't call Greg that. So she tried to turn it around on you, Walkabout.
Well, then he said Mutt with exclamation, so he's calling Mutt the hoe.
Well, there we go. Now it's up to Mini Worma to respond.
He's just going to ignore it.
Walkabout has a really cool name for his character. There you go, Walkabout.
The military is turbo endearment.
The turbo friendship, yeah. Someday you'll try it. Yeah. I think it'd be okay, Meandering Mike. Like I said, I'm just kind of doing some consultation with Gawa. He's going to look at some of it. Just kind of, we're actually doing it a little old school style, just emailing back and forth. And then we'll, at some point, set everything up like, I don't know, over a messenger video call or something. We'll figure it out. Mini Wormut says Kodiak. He loves it. It's Buck Nebula. That's right.
No, that's
for
Mike's.
Meandering Mike's name. Oh, Charles says he started playing SBI, a prestigious or chariot game. I don't know. I think some of if they try to make a game, I wouldn't want to design a game like I told you guys before, just because I think you're just going to get it from either end. Either you want to try to make it fun and playable, but you don't want to make it too overly complicated. It's a better name, man. Mini Worma says so much better than Tricks. Oof. Oh boy.
I was waiting for some kind of hit back.
Black Nebula, Pirate of the Orc Cloud. Yep. You have a fancier name. I just kept Doc from the other one. That way, at least I don't forget who I am. And it simplifies my role. So I know now. Even pirates get boo-boos that need band-aids. Just remember that, Mike.
Mike's not on our team.
I know. But if he needs help, it's going to cost some credits because Mini Warm-Up put us deep in debt. Paying for ships, paying for this, paying
So you're
for
gonna
that.
pimp yourself out basically for.
No, I'll be like a mercenary doctor for hire, you know.
You're gonna go against your team to
No,
help
I'm
the
not
other
going
team.
against my team.
It's better be good.
Hey, medics help people on both sides. They're supposed to, anyways. Geez, that fired Ashley up a little bit. Mini Warm-Up says when he hears the name Doc, he hears Marty McFly. Yep. Well, you know, I mean, that's because the movies were pretty good and it sticks in your head, right? Doc. I don't know. Maybe I could change his name to something else. Doc something. Walkabouts. Oh, yep.
Nah, it's all games, so I don't get offended. Brian knows that.
You don't get offended? Are you serious? Oh. Sometimes she gets offended. Sometimes. But now.
Of course, and there goes food.
Food.
He said, ho-hos, yummy.
Well,
Okay.
I don't want to be a ding dong, but sometimes ho hos are good to eat. What? You just mumbled something in the back? I'm not hearing things. It sounded like you mumbled something while I was talking.
I leaned forward.
Oh, so it's all moaning and groaning. Yeah, you said something. Okay. Oh.
Grab a tissue for Ashley. Oh, God, here we go.
I don't have any readily available. Usually I carry a roll of toilet paper with me at all times while I'm at work because I have to deal with a bunch of crap. But at home, I seem to not carry it too much. But we'll get you some tissue paper there, one way or another. Are you closing your eyes? All right. She'll be okay, Mini Wormut. One way or another. What? You're just waiting for her. She's staring at her screen, just waiting for you to say something. Mini Wormut. That's what she's doing. Good one, Mini Wormut says he does pay attention to Ashley when she's moving in that chair.
Yep.
Finger at the ready for recording.
I figured.
Yeah.
It's going to be something with the doing of that shit. No, the chair was already fucking broken.
We couldn't have. It was just perfect. I do apologize repeatedly. I've said I didn't realize I laughed first. But I did ask if you're okay and asked for
No, you asked if the miniatures were okay.
I still asked about you.
No, you didn't.
I still did. We could replay that clip at some point. Keep your finger ready because she hasn't learned anymore much. She keeps leaning back in that new chair. And I'm like, it ain't like it's no fancy chair. And, you know, you don't want to go down again like that. Would not be good. At least this time, while you'd fall on the dog, and Jesse's already having problems. So, poor girl, huh? So, she's back here just kind of moping around. Oh, she just wants to be where we're at. So, she's hanging down here. So when we're sitting here talking and stuff, the dog is generally just directly either behind our chair or back. I did? Mini Mormont? I guess I do things I don't realize. He says, Greg, you turned your head to see Ashley, then you briefly looked at the camera laughing. Well, I mean, another chair versus human moment. Yes, Mythos. But I don't know. It's not something you can just kind of plan. I'm kind of surprised the chair broke, actually. It was a pretty sturdy chair.
The leg was already broken. So I just happened to lean right on it and it snapped it.
Walkabout's waiting. Big, da boom, yep. Well, anyways, I mean, once in a lifetime events are kind of fun. Nobody really got hurt. Thankfully, the miniatures weren't crushed, and Ashley was not hurt or injured. So, we're good. Charles is asking how the new chair is holding up.
Wish we had a little bit more money to get a better chair, but it is what it is. It's holding.
So far, so good.
And I'm the one who put it together. Greg did it. I don't trust him.
What? I wasn't going to sit there and sabotage your chair. Imagine if you fall and get hurt. Then that's just more things I have to do. Then I got to take care of you. Oh, Meandering Mike says it's approaching his nap time. Well, if you got to get a nap, get a nap.
Yeah, we got to get going, too.
We should probably wrap it up a little bit early tonight, but...
All right, baby. Go back up.
Anyways, you guys,
there you go.
Mini Mormont is doing the 5 parsecs from home with all of us in it, or a lot of us, so that's going to be more stuff coming up, too, on his end to check up on. And we'll be chit-chatting about it here and there as it goes once we get it going, too. So I think it'll be fun. And you guys have given us some good suggestions. I'll definitely try to get World of Warcraft movie looked up and check that out.
And the D&D one.
And, yeah, the last D&D one sounds pretty good. So with that, we're going to end it, you guys. And it's always great to end the week and start the week with you guys. I really mean it. That's why I say it every week. So thank you for your support. If you could hit the like button, I would appreciate that. If you guys could do that. And thank you for being here. It means a lot. Mike, be careful taking naps. Don't get into a hammock or anything you can fall out of. We want to see you back next week. So, and Mythos, enjoy your time with your kids. The rest of you have a good rest of the weekend. We will catch up with you later.